Today is September 2nd, and it's 4:30 p.m., and we will be opening the Board of Assessors meeting. So welcome to our guests. I appreciate your coming here. So the first thing, I'm just going to flip something. I'm going to quickly do the chairman's report, and then we'll move into the overlay. It'll only take a minute, and we're going to just approve some minutes, too, so that'll only take us a minute. So we have the minutes of 5:20, 6:25, 6:10, 25, 6:17, 25, and 8:5:25. So, yep.
So let's see. May 20 is signed by Heidi.
Yep.
And
That's yours.
Yep.
Christine. All right, so
Chrissy?
these two, Christine.
Yeah, that's
And then this is you.
Yep. Okay.
This Chrissy was.
We don't take part in that, huh?
Yeah.
okay.
Is there any
so-
discussion with these at all? Of the minutes?
Huh?
Any discussion?
I'm just going to go there right now. So, are we okay with all of these minutes that we have?
Yeah.
I think, John, you just missed 6:17. So
You're right.
That one, that was a very quick meeting, but that one. So let's do this. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes for 5:20, 6:10, and 8:5:25. Can I get a motion?
Second it.
All in favor? Thank you. And then for 6:17, I'll take a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
All in favor? Just me and you, because we're the only ones there. Okay, so the minutes are approved. Okay, so I'm going to go on to my chairman's report. It's just a couple things. It's just a question. It did come to my attention that on Thursday, around 1:15, the office was closed. A gentleman came looking to look at maps, and there was nobody there, and there was no note on the door, and the front door was locked. Did something happen, or did you both happen to?
I ran up to the payroll.
Okay.
About 5 minutes.
Okay, and when you out to lunch, is that what happened? So,
Yeah,
okay.
right.
All right, so I'm just going to say, you know what? If we have to run out for just a minute or two, we just make up a little note and say, be right back, because this guy was like, didn't know
Yeah,
where
yeah.
anybody was and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
that's
So
office.
let's just make up a little thing and put it in plastic on a magnet and stick it on a thing when someone's going to be away, in case somebody does happen to show up. So that's all I had on that one. And then just a quick reference on the 6:10 minutes. They were all approved and everything. There was a mention of me, Heidi, recommending a 3-year contract for Wendy. I just want to clarify that that was done in June of 2024 and not this year. So just to make that clear. But that's it on my
Was it
end.
stated here? Was it in the minutes? A mistake by the year?
It's in the June 10th minutes under the reviews. When you gave your review, you said that I recommended a 3-year contract, and I just wanted to clarify that that was in June of 24, before the new period.
Right, but I'm saying, is it in
That's
the
all.
minutes?
It's in the June 10th minutes.
Did I make the mistake?
No, it's okay. I'm just saying, just clarifying. And that's all I had on the chairman's report. So now we're going to...
I don't believe I mentioned the year, did I? No, I didn't. A 3-year contract.
You did, because Wendy put it back in there.
I can make
Yeah,
last change.
the year is not in there.
The year is not in here at all.
No, the year wasn't in there. I'm saying it just said a 3-year contract, and I'm clarifying that it was done in 2024, not 25.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Fine.
All right. So on the overlay, thank you for everybody coming. I'm gonna read this whole thing, and then I'll open up the floor for discussion. And now these numbers could be off a dollar or two. I actually got a little bit closer from the accountant. But anyway, on 6/30/2024, we had a credit balance left over of $263,364. We then appropriated an additional $316,038.35 and began fiscal year 25 with a balance of $579,402.60, which is a really, really large balance. So I think even last year we could have, I'm going to just read all this first, please. Last year, I think we probably could have released some, and I apologize for that as I'm looking back. So as of 6/30/25, we have a balance of $285,716 carried over from last year, which is what we have. We're carrying that over. That means out of the $316,38 that we appropriated for the new year, we only used $30,392 of that $316, and the rest of it was what we had left over. So that's why we're currently at this balance of almost $286,000, and we have not appropriated the money for next year yet, which I expect will be close to or what we did last year, the $316 to the $320. So if we did that, plus here's the thing. If we released $225,000 to the overlay surplus, that leaves us $60,646. And if we appropriate the $320,000 for fiscal year 26, that will leave us going into the year with $380,646, which is $87,152 more than what we paid out in 2025. So even with the increase in exemptions for the upcoming fiscal year, we have a comfortable cushion. The exemptions are partially reimbursed to the town. We have no old outstanding ATB cases from prior years. We do have one small one that comes in every year and usually ends up doing nothing. And so I know in fiscal year 24, we paid out 97 abatements, but for the total year, we only paid out $273,623.44. So even with that, we started fiscal year 25 with a surplus of $263,364. So I'm recommending, and we'll have a discussion, because I don't believe that we need to start any fiscal year with $500,000 in our overlay. I've never, ever, in all my years, seen much money used, and especially a town this size. I don't believe we need $500,000 in there for anything. So that's what I have to say. So I am recommending, this is my recommendation, that we release $225,000 to the overlay surplus to assist with the budgetary needs of the town. So now I'm going to open the floor to our guests to talk about the needs and the concerns with the budgets that you all have. So whoever wants to speak first, Justin, Kathy.
Yeah, I can start in a kind of frame. Justin Evans, a select member.
Yeah, take a number.
Yeah. So the
Come up there? Yeah.
oh yeah,
Easier. Thank you.
grab me that. So if you remember at the town meeting in May and then the special in June, the town was in a tough budget spot. And before the June special, the select board committed to having a fall town meeting to appropriate what we thought was going to be additional ambulance funds to fund public safety positions. The select board had made that in a vote, 5 minutes before town meeting, to try to save some of the public safety positions that were on the chopping block. I think that the projections for the ambulance fund is not quite looking, and I'm sure the chief can talk to this. It's not as good as we were hoping at the time. So I think that any one-time funds that could be released, the select board would probably recommend going towards public safety positions. I think we were ballparking about $150,000 at the time.
That's for what?
That's to close fiscal 26 that we're in.
Was that 75 for fire and 75 for police?
Exactly, yeah.
500, please?
75 for fire, 75 for police.
Okay.
I think to close the fire gap completely, there'd be another capital move that we'd have to make. But that's where we left it in June, and if one-time money came in, that's probably what we'd be looking at.
Okay.
Of course, that is before a finance committee recommendation, so I'm sure Kathleen will have something to say about that.
Yes, because there might be other things besides that. That's why I'm saying.
And it's not a good decision to fund positions with one-time money. So this is already not good financial practice.
You're right. But if there's a need, you don't want to shut the police or fire
That's correct.
Correct.
at all
And
whatsoever.
that was the unanimous decision of the select board at the time.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that was just the part I wanted to
Good.
lay out.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Kathy, go ahead.
Thanks all for inviting me. Kathleen Otina, 344 Washington Street, Whitman, Finance Committee Chair. And I'll just state that the Finance Committee was totally flabbergasted at town meeting when the announcement was made that $150,000 was going to be appropriated from anticipated revenue from the ambulance to fund fire and police. We had no chance to discuss it. We still have had no chance to discuss it. We're meeting next Tuesday. It just came out of the blue. So do I have a problem with this suggestion? Not with that you release the surplus, but then automatically assume that we're going to earmark it for police and fire when there are other departments that also suffered cuts, including the schools, which I know are not going to get any more money, but I'm not going to let them sit by the wayside and say, oh, we cooperated and once again we're not going to be party to increased funds. So I applaud your efforts to release funds that may ease the burdens of fiscal 26, which were significant, but not automatically assume that it's going to go to my dear friends, the fire chief or the police chief. They do a great job, but so do other departments that have suffered cuts.
Yeah, and I proposed 225,000. So if they took 150,000, there's still enough. There's still more. So I mean, however you guys, but
Well, Article 2 is the Finance Committee's article. We make the recommendation to town meeting.
Okay.
And then anybody can make an amendment, as they frequently do, to come up with a different proposal, whether it's to move money from free cash to fund, I think it was the building inspector and the veterans agent, which we were fine with, or to fund something in a way different from what the Finance Committee supports. But we want a chance to discuss it, and we've never had a chance to discuss it. We took the summer off. We were burnt in the springtime. It's like every Tuesday for 9 months. So I look forward.
So what are you looking for? Are you saying that 150 should be diverted somewhere else, or a certain number of dollars should be diverted somewhere else?
No, I'm saying we never had a chance to discuss it, John. So all of a sudden we're sitting at town meeting and being told, oh, and we're going to take $150,000 and earmark it for the police and the fire. And the rationale was that the fire department generates income, so we don't want to eliminate income being generated by the fire department, but nobody talking about the income being generated by the police department. I'm not sure if they do. So the rationale has to be consistent,
I agree.
I think.
So what's your view? You're being a discussion of concern. You want some allocation to something else, some other tip?
Oh,
You want.
I'm not trying to avoid the question. It's just, as the chair, I can speak for myself, but I can't speak for the committee, because as a committee, we didn't discuss it at all. We adjourned. Then we had 2 meetings in July, but it was simply to do reserve fund line item transfers and one reserve fund transfer to close out fiscal 25. We didn't, as a committee, have the inclination to discuss what if in the fall there's a town meeting that has additional funds available. Do we recommend that it all goes to the fire and the police? We have not had that discussion.
and we are proposing 200. Well, we have to vote, but
We have to vote on
we can
that amount.
We can
Period.
afford 225,000. So we could. help
We'll be
other
discussing that
departments.
too. We'll be discussing that issue about
Yes, well,
exactly how much.
We will, and I
Okay.
did read the numbers, so
Right.
it's up to the board what we release.
Okay. Now, okay, then how would you? Is it different funding suggestion for the 150,000?
Not really, John. Not really. It was just we felt
you-
like we were hit over the head by a 2x4. Like, where is this coming from? And then we just dropped it. It's just, we'll deal with this in the fall when we start meeting again, which will be next Tuesday. I have an agenda that I'll either submit tonight if this office is still open, or I'll submit tomorrow to the town clerk's office for next Tuesday.
Yeah, that was wrong.
What was wrong?
You should have been involved with that prior to being hit in the head with that.
Well, we've been discussing it all along, so it had been a very collegial year. It really had been between Mary Beth, Sean. There was a working group. The communication was free flowing, and for that to happen at the last minute was annoying. I expressed my dismay. I looked long and hard for the correct word to use, and I said dismay is the best word I could come up with. So, but we're still friends. We're still talking, and I think we all have the best interest of the town.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the residents in town.
That is the priority. Here is the town.
Yeah. So I think it requires more discussion. My committee members are new. I have more than half of my committee.
New?
Yes, new. They've been at it a year or less. So
Good luck.
they've been great.
Good.
But they have different ideas.
Yep.
So you could anticipate what certain members of the committee would have done in the past. Not so much anymore. They have very different.
So bringing good new ideas,
It
new experiences, you benefit from that.
I absolutely agree. It's been a great year working with them, and look forward to having a good year with them again this coming year.
Good.
But thank you for this move. At least it will ease the tension someplace. I don't know where that will be, but
Well, with that, it may be a couple places, hopefully.
I agree. Thank you.
Because again, the town is
Thank you very much.
absolutely the priority. And like again, I said, we do not need $500,000 sitting in our overlay.
Thank you.
We don't even need 400 and something thousand sitting in there.
Number 6.
Tim Clancy, Fire Chief. I just want to come forward and say thank you for the possibility of releasing this money. I had a decrease due to some older people retired. We hired some new people, so I had a cut to my budget that was offset a little bit this year. But my actual decrease this year was $148,000, which is 2 firefighter paramedics. Which the ambulance revenue was down. I'd have to walk down the hallway to Paula to see where we're actually at for the revenue. But the nuts and bolts of it is if I had to have decreased the services, we would have lost the second ambulance 50% of the time, and that generates revenue. So just for numbers, I think we were projecting 1.4. I think we're at 1.2, give or take, roughly. I'll get you a real number if you want it.
Yeah.
That sounds right. All right. Just off the top of my head. But the second ambulance calls, I've started tracking it. We'll have the data for the town. But we were going to lose more revenue. We were kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. And I agree, last minute, nobody was more surprised in that room that they came up with $150,000 than me. In the back of the room, I was pretty excited. I thought it was for me only, and I was like, yay. But split between police and fire, it was 75. And with the cancellation of a capital project, which will even probably still take place, if money will take place probably, if this money becomes allocated and some of it.
So what do you plan to do with the 75,000?
It's for staffing.
Staffing?
Yeah.
Increasing, maintain the staff?
No, there's no increases.
That's a shame. As long as you're not going to cut anyway. As long as you're not cutting.
Trying not to. We got pretty creative there towards the end with some capital projects and some money that was allocated. So the money's there.
Take it from one, take it from the other.
And we're robbing Peter to pay Paul. I agree with
You're
both of them. We're using one-time money for a long-time, a reoccurring cost. Desperate times call for a desperate measure.
I agree.
Okay, yep,
So,
I hear.
thank you.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
agree. And
Thank you very much.
Okay. Hi, John.
Come and I'll speak. I have
Of course you do.
John Galvin, 41 High Street. I was on the finance committee for a little while. At that time, I really got involved with the budget process. As a private citizen, I'm very much still involved. I was involved with the budget committee a little bit at the end there. One of the toughest things this town does is estimating revenues. It's really, really tough. Always looking to find somewhere to come up with more revenues for the budget. Just to understand, there are 2 items that come right off the top before anything in the budget gets allocated to Article 2. The first thing is any snow and ice that's over expended the previous year. This year we were lucky, it was only like $9,000. The second number is the overlay number. And that, whatever the total amount is for the town's estimate, whatever you guys say you need, that comes right off and does not go to Article 2. Town meeting doesn't vote on it. It just goes to you guys. One of the things that I brought up at the end of our budget discussion was looking at your overlay account. 4 years ago, it was like 218,000. Then it jumped to 263. Then it jumped to 318. Now it's 325. So I was like, what's going on here? And then in looking at what went out, I could see that obviously, and I've been an advocate. If anybody's been at the tax certification board of selectmen's, I'm there. Let's do something for our elderly people. Let's
Yep.
do something,
I agree.
and then we started the Whitman Aid to the Elderly Committee. So I understand that the abatement amounts go up, but to see that we're managing it in a way that we've got this excess, I think we can, I'm not seeing that that's going to change. You're still probably going to need 325 next year again. So it's not going to help us next year in the budget at all, but it's still going to help us alleviate where we're at this year and
It
get
can
us
be a
through
one-time hit.
get us through fiscal 26. Fiscal
Correct.
27 is going to be ugly, but we know that. But we made the decision not to cut public safety. That was made by the Board of Selectmen, and they have it. So
Good.
if we don't come up with this money somewhere this year, come November or so, there's going to be a huge layoff in police and fire because they haven't cut their budget, and their money needs to come from somewhere.
No, that can't be done. We
If
can't
it can't
cut
come
police and fire.
from, it's got to come from somewhere. And this was, a great opportunity to get us through fiscal 26, and we'll deal with fiscal 27 when the time comes. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now I open up to the
Good
board.
conversations.
To the board for any comments before
Well,
we
I-
take a vote.
I
Good.
personally
Now
would.
let's. Huh?
Go ahead.
Do you want to bring anything up?
I'll just after you speak. Yeah.
Okay, this is a one-time hit, right? Wasn't there something about $200,000 initially requesting it at one select board?
No, the select board didn't.
No, not you. Mary Beth.
She didn't
I
give.
brought that
any
up one
amount
time.
of- Mary Beth, not since I've talked to her.
She knew that. She mentioned at one meeting about $200,000
What
for the
meeting
overlay.
was
I
that?
forget exactly what. And I could be mistaken, but I thought the figure was 200,000. Okay.
Well, the amount
But-
is up to us, not them. So
No, I agree, 100%. Okay. And the question here, no, I'm all for the police and fire without question and doubt. Okay. As long as we get some documentation from the select board proving that, and that's where the money's going to be going.
well, I've got this DLS here, and what it does say just about what we do, because we did get an email from Mary Beth about releasing whatever we had.
Who did?
We all did. I forwarded it to all of you this afternoon.
Oh, this afternoon.
Well, or sometime today. But what it says
I don't have a
about
computer.
they don't request the amount from us. Let me get to that section because I read it. How does this work? They can ask us to release whatever we can afford to release. They do not have to give us a specific itemized amount of money or where it's going.
Under what? Document.
It's in here. Let me find it. I got
Because
it.
in case DOR asks us, I think we should have something to support that position of dispersing that size amount of money.
Well, we
200,
do-
2 and a quarter.
Why? I'm volunteer. I'm the one that came up with that amount of money. They didn't ask me for it because the town needs it, and we certainly do not need $500,000 in our overlay.
I'd say we do, but the same thing there is we have to have justification to support that position.
No, we don't.
Sure you do.
It's an excess. We can release it.
Any way you want to.
We release it to the overlay surplus, and then the town.
So the town can do what they want to.
Well,
with
the
it.
finance committee and the select board will decide how they're going to fund it, and it looks like the police and the fire, and there might be a couple of other things.
So there's
that
no
they can do.
guarantee that the police and fire will get the $75,000.
Town meeting will have to.
Town meeting, the town has to decide that.
So it goes to the town.
Which is correct. But we have to help the town. We can't sit on money.
I'm not saying we don't, Heidi. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I just want
Okay.
to make sure that if in fact we say yes to the money, it goes to those like the police and fire that need it.
Well, we can't get a guarantee for that, and there's no law that says that we need a guarantee to release it. We release it to the overlay surplus, and then the town decides how it's going to be spent. Clearly, those where the needs are, mostly. So town meeting will have to ultimately decide the allocation. We can't make anybody do that as a contingency to release it. That's all I'm saying to you.
That's strange.
But that's the law.
You said what law? Show it to me.
There's no
See,
law,
in
John,
the
there's
past-
no law that says
So
we
you said
get a
there's a law.
guarantee on where the money's going to go, because the town meeting has to decide that. we can't make them guarantee that.
Those funds, we disperse those, that they go into a certain form which the DOR will get, indicating X number of dollars,
Correct.
okay? And we won't have to have any documentation where that money went to.
No, it goes to the overlay surplus account, which is what we're doing. It does not need to have this itemized thing, because the town has to decide that. That's out of our control. But clearly, that's where the needs are.
But there's no guarantee they'll get that money though, right?
Well, somebody's going to get it in the budgets.
So it's up to the select board to allocate that money. They may not get
No,
that
it's the
75 grand.
town meeting.
Town meeting will have it.
The town meeting will vote on where that money goes.
There'll be an article.
There'll be an article.
Is the email that was sent today?
That's just a request to release what we can.
Okay. So
That's
there was
to
no
the
specific
overlay
amount
surplus. No,
identified. Okay.
no.
All right.
I gotta find it. So I did read it, John, I promise.
Yeah, my laptop is down.
All right, here it is. Timing of determination. The amount of excess overlay, if any, may be determined by the assessors on their motion at any time and must be determined by them within 10 days of a written request by the community's chief executive officer. The chief executive officer is the manager in any city or having a manager in a town or city having a form of government. The mayor, the select board, and any other town and district commissioners, prudential committee, or any officer or body designated to perform the function in the district. So it doesn't say it has to be a specific money, just that can we,
So the select board has to
or there's several different people that can request it.
I've heard it.
The town manager, a mayor, a select board in any other town, and the district commissioners, a prudential committee, or other officer or body designated to perform the function in a district, which could be the town administrator. It's
So
all
this is the written request.
that is,
Yeah.
and we
Okay.
do have
Yeah.
it.
I just wanted to.
Yes, we do have it.
All right.
We do have it.
We just got this today, right?
Yes, I sent it to everybody. You probably just didn't get into your email, John.
No, I didn't. Basically, my computer's being repaired.
Okay.
So I don't have it.
That's why.
No, I have that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll have mine back then.
Okay. Now, I'm in favor. I'm going to make a motion for $150,000. Make a motion for that right now. What's the balance going to go? Where's the other X number? If you're looking at 225, where is that going?
Kathy mentioned there are other areas that need help.
Like what?
With
You're talking about me? There were other cuts that were made.
the other cuts.
Teaching, library,
Our department.
senior.
Huh?
Our department.
Our department?
The library, I mean, we could put an article in requesting some money towards a temp too. I mean, that money is going to be decided at town meeting.
Board of Health, definitely.
So we can request for Debbie or something.
Make an article for that, yes.
And that would be
Pardon?
appropriated through the overlay fund.
Overlay surplus, we can put an article in there because I'm sure there'll be a couple of recommendations for other areas as well with that additional 75,000. Because again, if we
go to the 225 and give us some balance of how much as of right now?
How much?
How
Oh,
much?
if you
All right.
take out the 225, it's going to leave, I think it said 380.
No, well, what it'll do is we'll have 60,000, but then we're going to appropriate. We haven't appropriated our money for next year yet,
What do you
which
got
will be
appropriate?
about
How much?
320,000 probably.
Do you have that much money?
Well, it just depends. I mean, last year
We did 316,
we did 316.
and we only spent 31,000 of it.
Right. But going into it,
We had 263,
right.
but we went into the year with almost $600,000,
Right. So
which we
we
don't need.
we spent about 300,000
I have the exact number. It was 293,
Yeah.
685.97.
It's just under. Yep. So not the overlay, it just depends on some of the free cash as well. So I don't have that sheet with me, but
Did they have all those things that get reimbursed
Pardon me?
too?
We have
Yeah,
all the
I mean,
things
I
that get
usually-
reimbursed.
Yeah, reimbursement figure too, coming in, so
we
we
met
that.
December 9th and we approved a little over 500,000.
Which I look back and I'm like, what the heck were we even
Okay.
thinking? 'Cause
But-
Yeah, but-
do
we didn't
not
approve
need-
it. You
we
need a
almost did 600,000, which we do not need.
But you have
Well-
consideration that the veterans has several that have been 100%.
So,
Yeah.
so there's a bunch of things. So we introduced a new clause,
Yeah.
family housing, clause 50. Senior work-off tax credit went up.
Yep.
The veteran work-off tax credit increased.
Yep.
We had 2 consecutive years of an ATB case.
Yep. But
We had
have,
errors from Catalyst,
Yeah,
hopefully.
but we have what we paid out right
And then
here.
we had 3 new full clause 22 exemptions.
But we get reimbursed. For
And then the MDM1 for seniors. Yeah, I know we get it.
yeah. So
So the MDM1 for seniors increased 25,000.
Mhm.
The veteran increase 13,000. So it was, just to account for anything that was needed. But
Yeah.
obviously there's excess. So
oh yeah,
we can-
quite a bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
spent
if-
293.
So at the bottom line, we dispersed 225. The balance will be 70 is 225 from what 579.
No. I just read the whole thing out.
Let's do it again.
We currently have
85.
185, almost 286,000. Okay? If we release 225, that leaves us 60,646, but then we have to appropriate for next year,
Right.
which would be 325
Yeah.
or so
325.
or whatever.
Well,
when
more
you-
than we did this year. That would
Yeah, a
be
little bit.
great.
Okay.
That's what I'm accounting for.
Yeah.
Another probably 10 or 15,000 more just because of the increases. But again,
So it leaves a balance. If you're looking at that assumption of 325, looking at 486 in the tip overlay.
no,
Right.
it would be 60, 646, and 325. Let me do the math.
486.
486. That's like that's almost $500,000. No, 5, 8. It's 385. It's 386 actually. It's 386.
386?
60,000 plus 325 is 386. 646.
We have a balance of
Right. So I think next year we're going to need 450. That's what I think we'll need.
So you'll appropriate more.
More,
then.
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
If you think we're going to need 450, we'll
Yeah.
appropriate more. And again,
I don't want to be shot and have a problem trying to
No,
get
no,
that
all
money.
right.
That's my concern.
no, okay. So we can
Yeah.
we'll vote on what we're going to appropriate. So that's not a problem at all. And again, if it turns out that we end up not using it or whatever,
Yeah,
we'll
then
have
we-
that conversation
Well,
again.
that will go back to the general fund. It won't come back to overlay reserve.
Correct. So
yeah.
that's fine.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, we can appropriate what we're comfortable with. for
That's my
next year.
concern. Is that
Yeah, well, I
you don't want
wouldn't-
with these different
Well, we just
abatements and personal
Yeah.
exemptions come up, and you don't know how many are going to happen to it. And
I think that we would be fine as far as because we do get all those reimbursements. So I don't think we have to worry there
Okay.
As much,
I,
yeah.
I really think that
Yeah.
we would be fine
Yep.
because
All right, so-
I have the knowledge of doing all of that, and
Yeah, you
I
do.
used to
That's-
enter in
yeah.
those. So
we'll be good.
I think
I'm just a worry. I just don't want to be in
I
a.
get
Yeah.
it, and, but I think we'll be fine.
we're going to
Yeah.
Any other discussions, right? No.
No, I mean I'm totally
I-
on board with this.
I
I'm totally on board.
I-
with
much
this.
two
I
of
would
us.
never say no to
I
fire
would never.
police.
Police and fire. No. I
And-
make a motion to accept releasing from overlay $225,000.
Second.
all in favor?
Got it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome, guys.
We'll do it at town meeting.
Okay. And then Justin, at least if you can stay, because the next thing on the agenda is the Economic Development Committee. That is a committee that we used to have, but they're resurrecting it. And I had expressed interest a couple of months ago with Justin about, because they said they were going to redo that committee. So I'm interested in being on that committee. It's an economic development committee, and they want somebody from the planning board. They prefer, and somebody from the assessors. So go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, I was going to say if there's anything else to add.
You can sit back in the seat again.
Yeah, there you go. So the Economic Development Committee last met about 9 years ago. It was I think there was an earlier iteration in the
2015.
80s, in the 1980s that largely around the Bostonian taking. But in the 2015, 2016, there was a version of the Economic Development Committee that met, mostly looking at a 40R district and potential solar, I think on the landfill at the dump. So neither of which of those have come to pass. But those were the two recommendations out of that committee. I think, given the failed override, we should revisit any economic development activities that we can, and getting a committee together to bring in someone from the state to explain opportunities available or whatever. So I've talked to a few people at Old Colony Planning Council. They've got some good economic advisors there. So, but this would be a committee that would meet occasionally, hopefully to get something rolling if we needed to before this town meeting or potentially the next annual.
Rolling with regards to what? Building something? Same open land? What's the goal?
So generating revenue locally, since the voters overwhelmingly told us not to raise taxes. So whether it's new growth somehow.
Justin, what's the makeup of the committee?
So the committee, we're keeping it the same way that it was formed 10 years ago. It is 3 at-large members and members appointed by the select board of the Board of Assessors, Planning Board, Select Board, and Zoning Board of Appeals. So it's largely around land use boards. I think that was the thought at the time was zoning, but we could definitely go in a different direction.
And I'm interested in that. And I asked him about this committee a couple months ago. So
Yeah, when we posted the vacancies. And
yes,
this
I did. I said I want to do this.
Yeah.
So I just, they were looking for a recommendation from the board for somebody from this board to do it.
Yes, the select board makes the appointment, but where there are representatives of other boards, usually we would like those boards to recommend someone to serve.
I'll make a motion.
I make a motion for Heidi.
You making a motion?
Yeah.
On top of my motion?
My motion, my first, then you second.
Go right ahead.
Make a motion to have Heidi as representative. So,
Second.
all in favor? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's that.
Now that's all going to be looking into a new senior center, a bigger senior center, something. Senior centers need desperately.
I think this was said in a public meeting a while ago. We sent a letter to Santander saying, if you donate the building, we'll name it after you as the new senior center. They have not got back to us.
Too bad you couldn't get Family Dollar to sell some of that parking area,
I know, yeah.
and then make it park there, come right down, and punch out the wall there, and make it.
What we're talking about with the Park Ave school is we're not going to be able to build a project for the next
If we did
20
10 years ago, you could.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't want to touch it,
Yeah, I can't see another $20 million project.
and that was an ideal spot. Anyway, I just got involved with that back then.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, next, I guess.
Okay, the next thing is we have the 2025 boat excise warrant.
All right,
For real?
For real.
Yeah, so we have 2025 boat excise warrant for $406. And it is packet number. Is that right? No, not packet number, sorry. So if you could vote on that.
I'll entertain a motion to accept the boat excise.
Second it. All in favor? Yeah. Here we go. Rock and roll.
The next thing is just to,
$406.
$406 in boat extras. Okay, so that's up. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my.
Yep, no worries.
the next thing, just a quick discussion on AI for use of meeting minutes. And my concerns obviously were on May 20th, things were a little bit, with the nominating things were a little bit messed up, and the June 10th minutes were just not accurate.
Can I comment?
You go right ahead.
All right, so you know I do the planning board, right? So I've been doing minutes when I was in the assessor's office, and I still do the planning board minutes. I personally do not use AI. I would never use AI to generate my minutes because nobody knows your minutes better than you.
I agree.
I'm just saying.
I agree.
I mean, my minutes when I do a planning board meeting, like they can be 7 pages long. It's all me. I have a laptop right there. I type away. I would not be in favor of AI because literally they don't know.
Someday we'll
Well,
be.
maybe, but
it's premature. Like
when
I
you're-
meant comment
something
about
like that, though,
like the internet.
I've never ever used it. Like I might use it to look something up, but it has nothing to do with anything like work related or whatever. But I think when you do the minutes or you take the notes, like you know what you're writing and you can interpret that. And that's just my thought. I've never used it, but I wouldn't because nobody knows your minutes, your words better than you. That's just my thought. I never heard of AI until Tyler started college, and then I went to that Chiefs conference and they had a whole day dedicated to the executive assistants, and that was one of the topics. I'm like, Scott, what is this Chat GPT? I never heard of it. So,
You gotta watch out for
anywho,
the chat GPT.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
There's a lot of things
it's
not
in the news already. Yeah,
good about it.
I never heard of it. I didn't even know it existed until February of this year. But I'm very comfortable just using my own words and the notations that I take. So, but that's just my 2 cents. But
Well, that's good because
Probably
kind
because
of
you have do you have a laptop?
I have a laptop, but I don't. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just on my agenda sheet I just handwrite too.
Yeah.
But I take they're all line by line by line. So,
I think until that technology gets a bit better, because what's the point of using it and then you got to go back in and redo it because it's
it's like I mentioned before about the internet. When it first started up, I had a lot of problems and stuff until once it get better. Now everyone loves the internet. Same thing. AI someday will be a very working tool to use
so I'll entertain a
and
motion.
probably replace people.
I will entertain a motion that for right now we will not use AI for our meeting minutes. Can I get a motion?
yeah, I'm
Second.
okay with it because I mean,
Okay.
All in
I
favor?
think the only way to
Okay,
get accurate
yeah.
is
No,
if
we're
you
not
do
gonna
it
do that.
yourself.
Okay.
The next thing is our personal exemption and abatement application procedure. I know we've talked about this before, and Chrissy's mentioned that how they did it in Rockland, that was really streamlined, and they only went into executive session if there was a problem. And I mean, Chrissy, if you want to outline what your procedure was specifically.
I mean, granted, I understand every town does things differently, but and all the time that I did it there, like we had our agenda and we had a checklist, and on our checklist we would have like the top section, would be like your bill vouchers, like whatever you're paying, WB Mason or whatever, and then we would have our motor vehicle, abatement commitment, real estate exemptions, and I would just list on this checklist, Veterans Clause 22 in parentheses, say there was 20 of them, and then over here there'd be an overall amount. And the chairman, he would go down the checklist. I make a motion to, pay Bill, Mason, WB Mason, $50. And he'd get down to the exemptions and he'd be like, I make a motion to, approve, Clause 22, vet 22 exemptions, totaling, I don't know, $9,000. And he would go down each one, whether it was a 22D, whether it was a 41C, a 17D. And that was it. We didn't have the whole, I kept all the the applications. They just voted on that. I stamped them. They didn't sign them.
You wrote
Even the new ones. Even
as a
the new
bundle or voted individually?
It was a bunch.
It was a whole
Bundle.
Yeah, it's a bundle. If there was 22 in that, if I had 22 vet applications, I put 22 in parentheses
In total dollars.
and a total dollar to the right. And that's what he would do. He would do the veterans, whatever, how many I had, whether it was, the 17Ds, if it was the 22Cs, A, B, C.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thanks for inviting me.
They never, the applications never went individually. Even the new ones, any new vets, like I took the applications, I processed them, then I gave them to Debbie. Debbie looked through them, no problems, even with the 41Cs. If everything was there, she would just check it off. Means I've looked at them, she's looked at them, they're good to go. So then on the checklist, I would just put down 41C. If there's, say we had 25, in parentheses would be 25 applications, and this is the overall total of those 25. At the time, they were $1,000 an application. So that's how we did it. And then they would just vote on it, and then that was it. There was
So you're voting on the application and the money at the same time?
yeah.
Except because the only ones you don't have the money for would be the full. All
Right.
the other ones you would.
No, I wouldn't, because senior, it's a full CPA, so I would have to wait until we get the numbers.
On some of them,
There's
right? Like the
41
veterans,
The
right?
41C/D, we do a full CPA exemption companion. So I wouldn't be able to have that number.
Not for those full ones, no.
That's the 1,250, the senior one, with the full CPA. But then I know what you're talking about, the fulls.
Yeah.
The fulls, we won't have those numbers until.
No, and we didn't have the CPA money wasn't included in that. It was just the dollar amount for the application. So if the
Right.
That's
No, I
what
know
we're
that.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what she's
Yeah.
saying. That's what I mean.
and then when we had the warrant, the commitment, that's where your CPA money would come into play.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I get
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. So this is how we did it.
Is that different than what we're doing?
Well, we were
Well,
going
we've
into
been
executive
doing-
session.
We've been doing
I mean, unless there was like,
the applications in exec, and then we've been doing the money, which is the public record, in open.
But we never went into exec and Rockland.
no, we
Looked at
did
the
it.
applications.
I know I've mentioned it like before.
I just followed
Yeah.
how I was taught and how Lane Partridge does it, and
Yeah,
that's
and then-
how
and
I
you know
did
what?
it.
You can
so
talk
if
to-
you want to change it,
Yes.
I'd need a vote on that.
Oh, well, that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
That's why we're having the conversation,
Yeah.
because it's kind of a mixed bag. You can talk to 10 offices that do it, and you can talk to 10 offices that do it the way Rockland does it. It's just
Or some other method. Who knows what? Some
mean,
officers could do the same thing what you do. Some would do yours.
It's just a-
Somebody do something entirely
a
different.
preference, and I
It's
just
it's
feel
what a
like,
preference of what you want to do.
and I don't feel like we need to be in executive
I mean, the
session
only
for
time that we
exemptions.
really had an executive session on application is if there was like
An issue.
If there was a
Right.
not even necessarily an issue, but if there was a situation like you had someone who's been receiving like a 41C or a 17D, and they had to go get a part-time job because who can afford to live today?
Yeah.
And they
Right.
say they've been getting this exemption for like 10, 20 years, and this part-time job puts them a couple of hundred over. So
We would talk
those were the ones that we would talk about, like in executive session, like to sort of explain, like it's up to the board. Do you want to allow this person to, get this exemption that they've
Right.
always got because through no fault of their own,
Yeah.
So other than that, all of the other ones, they would just write off of that checklist, and that was it.
So for the applications alone, you want to grant, deem, deny, and deny in open session unless there's an issue. So do you want to keep a placeholder for personal exemption?
Oh, yeah, we should keep a placeholder in case we have to talk about one.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. That's-
Definitely.
But
That's
The question I
fine.
have, those who deny, you're not going to indicate their names or anything.
No,
Oh, no. I mean,
No, I would
we've been
just-
doing them in batches anyway,
Batches.
unless there's an issue.
Okay, so
Yeah, we would just
six,
say-
6 denied.
Yeah, we
And
would say
15 approved, that's
17D,
it.
3
Right.
denied, and
Right.
Okay.
or
Right.
even on
I
abatements.
would, however, for the real estate and personal property abatements,
you can use bill numbers.
like to really put those in exec. I like to go over those with the board in detail.
I don't feel like if the abatement meets the criteria and you agree, then I don't know that we need to
All right,
talk about
okay.
every single
Watch-
applications.
What's your position? Why do you want that in exec session?
Because it may go on appeal. That's
Well, then when
all
we
the
get it, when it
steps.
goes on appeal, that's when it goes to ATV, and that's when we talk about it in an executive session.
Yeah.
How did they do the abatements in Rockland, Chrissy?
It was the same way. I mean,
Huh?
Debbie just had
Bill
the
number.
application. We did the bill number, the fiscal year and the bill number, and the amount of
yeah, I
whatever
can do
they
it
were
that
going to
way.
get.
If that's the way you prefer it. We can do it that
Nothing
way.
was identifiable.
Want something from us?
I want something from you.
Well,
guys.
we're going to vote
Yeah.
for it. That's why I put it on here, so we
Yeah.
can vote to go into executive session when we need to actually talk about it and mention names and information. But if we're not mentioning names or information,
I think we did in the past.
that we never went in. We didn't go in.
No, you just signed everything.
You never had it recorded either.
We never, what?
Whatever is make it smoother, makes less cumbersome to the the assessor's office, as far as I'm
We're gonna be
concerned.
voting on or approving mostly applications tonight, but then we'll have to do the money piece later on.
Well,
You know,
then when the packet comes,
when the
we can vote
packets
on the
come.
packet.
Because that's
all.
public record.
That's right. So then we can
So-
vote on the packet. So for the money afterwards. That's
Yeah, we would vote on unposted, and then we would vote on posted.
That's
Right.
So, and that's all that they
exactly right.
signed. They
Yeah.
they signed a unposted sheet, and then when it was done, they signed the posted
Posted sheet.
That
Yeah.
was it.
Yep.
and we'll keep a
Is that
placeholder
Fine.
for those
I,
things.
I'm gonna leave it to you guys.
I don't deal with this stuff. I mean, I'm just.
I know
got-
over the course of I mean, I know I brought it up like before at other meetings. Like I said, oh, this is how we did it, but
So I'll entertain a motion that we change it to just doing the list and we'll leave a placeholder for the personal exemptions in case there's something we have to talk about, and then we will go into executive session if we have to talk about personal business and things like that, right? And then we can do the votes in open meeting and just keep the applications
Votes open meeting with the
without the details.
just the bulk of X number.
Yes, exactly. And I make that, and
If
that,
applications have comments or something to be discussed,
then we'll
how's that
go
handled?
into we're gonna have a placeholder.
So it's not going to be totally exclusive of doing it open.
no. But I think the majority of the applicants that you get are people that have already been getting it for years
Yes,
and years and
I
years.
agree.
And years.
But if we
Even-
get something,
Yeah, if it's the same old, then fine.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna leave a place, we'll have a placeholder
But
on
it's not. But it's not
agenda.
the same old.
Then we'll
No.
talk, then
We're going
we'll,
executive.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
very rarely is there.
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
How often does that
Okay.
happen?
I don't know. We're getting more nowadays. People need money.
Yeah, I know, but we
Right.
don't get too many weird ones.
But the
The,
ones
the vet's going to be.
our new ones
No, but-
that we had, they were just incorporated in the overall number. I mean, we didn't go and I didn't go. They were just mixed in to my stack of exemptions, and they were included in my overall total. We didn't go over, oh, this is a new one, and da da da. And they met all the criteria in assets, income, all the banking, all of that.
Okay, so
stuff.
basically you're leaving up to the assessor's office to thoroughly review those applications
Yeah, if you
and
get-
and
yeah.
what you did in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
And that's
Wendy
what I
No
sees
problem.
something that's
Yeah.
weird and that we need
I mean,
to
there
talk
were a
about
lot of
it.
weird things the first year, I have to admit.
Okay.
So,
But if you see, it could be the new people and all that, but that's what I'm saying. We're going to leave a placeholder there for executive session in case there is something weird we have to go in and talk about. We can't talk about
If
it.
there's an exception to it. Okay,
Right,
okay,
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
So that's for exemptions, and then how do you want to do abatements?
How
It would be-
big?
I think it would be this. It would be the same thing. Like,
Okay.
if there was a story or something that needed, it was just a standard. You reviewed it, you agreed they should get an abatement, and you did the calculation. Then that's fine.
Same thing.
If that's how you want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there'll be a letter from you indicating it'll be part of the minutes of the meeting.
Oh, we're just going
You're going to vote.
We're just
tonight.
going to vote.
Okay. As far as there's not going to be, if it's going to make it easier
Mm-hmm.
and not lose any type of strength in that in what we're doing currently, then I'm in favor of it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
If there's a weak area, then I'm not going to be in favor of it.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay.
We'll talk about, that's why we're going to have the
We'll
placeholder.
try it now and see how it looks and
Yep.
see what goes.
We'll have placeholders
Huh?
all the time for exemptions while it's exemption season, and we'll have a placeholder for abatements in case we need it. So that way, if Brandy, right at the
happens.
spot, we can go right in.
Good move.
So we're covered.
Well,
Motion.
Oh,
The motion?
oh, me.
Anyone?
Motion, I guess.
second it.
All in favor? Okay. And we'll just
You
keep.
brought it up.
I didn't bring it
I
up.
want to speak up. Want to speak up.
I don't have much to speak up about.
I know we don't.
Okay, so that is that, and all we have left is the other stuff. Wendy, what do we have?
Yeah. Okay. So we got pretty much regular stuff. So we have payroll to sign to start, and we don't have any invoices. We have some motor vehicle. We have a motor vehicle excise reopen. for the 2015 excise bill for $25.
Okay.
Just Chrissy needs to sign that.
That's that?
And so are the exemption packets
Yeah.
ready to do it the way we just said? Or-
Yep, they're
Okay.
ready.
Yeah, well,
We're
we
ready.
have to vote
Yep.
on those two
Yep.
after this.
Yep. And then we've got more motor vehicle to
Yeah.
do. Yep. Okay. We have that. Thank you. All right. Let's see.
I'd like to be more people here tonight.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Those are the people I was aware of.
I was gonna have a group picture.
Oh, you wanted a group picture?
Yeah.
We could have put it in our town report.
We haven't done it for the last 8 weeks. You can, please.
We could have put it in
I
our
may go
town.
up to all of it. Sorry.
Group picture.
See, I don't cook. Okay.
What is going on at home if you're not?
And my wife, yeah. Take out.
Oh,
Take out.
I made stuffed peppers on Sunday.
Huh?
I made stuffed peppers on Sunday.
That's good. What did I do? Oh, chicken palm.
did you cook
Chicken
it?
palm. Funny person.
Oh, my God.
Johnny Macaroni's.
Johnny Macaroni's is a really
Fantastic.
good. You probably can get one for the two of you. They give you so much.
No, I got the large. And Kathy gets the broccoli, chicken broccoli and ziti, and I get the large chicken palm.
Did you go to the one at the tracks right in West Bridgewater?
Huh?
Did you go to the one at the tracks right in West Bridgewater?
Oh God.
It's closer. Okay, now we can do
All right, thank you.
whatever Wendy has
Good.
next.
All right, so we have a 2024 motor vehicle excise packet, 1573. The amount is $21.08. There's 2 pages there. It's weird that this is printed at a lower price.
Huh?
It's funny that it's
Hey,
printed.
that's shocked. I'm shocked. And the initial price is $4,999.
Right.
What did it sell for?
And the fives.
There's a house on School Street listed for $1 million.
I know.
Chrissy told me
Yep.
$1
It's
million.
very old inside, though.
Huh?
It's nice on the outside, but the inside is extremely old. But it's
Some people like old.
$9
Some people like old.
999,999.
People like old.
There's a house on Wild Turkey Lane that's over $1 million.
But those are big houses. Those are newer. Well, newer.
Who would ever think, right?
I know, huh? You wouldn't.
I've had people approach me.
There's some land, 8 acres for sale on High Street.
Oh yeah, I saw
Do you
that
know
the
about
other
that?
day. They want to put some. It's all houses.
Yeah.
It's literally
40
between
feet.
2 houses.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Yeah.
people okaying that.
We have a 2025 excise packet, 1574. Total is $1,384.10. No, I take that back. It's not. Sorry, it's 1574, and the total is $4,157.30. There we go.
Anybody know any good plumbers? Plumbers?
We used, oh my gosh, I gotta look now. He did our water heater and he's out of Holbrook and Concannon.
Concannon?
If I find the information, is like the link or something, I'll send it to you. He's really good. And he's reasonable. He's not a highway robber.
Yeah, my plumber retired. Like, gone.
Oh,
That kind of retired.
that kind of retire.
There's a lot of good ones around. But the thing about Sean the plumber is you can't get him on the phone. But I called Concannon and we had a waterless tank in our basement with a boiler and everything, and he was the most reasonably priced one. He came right away. He cleaned up the water in the basement. He was outstanding. I can't say enough good about him. He's a really good guy. Very nice, very
Was this
generous.
Concannon?
Concannon. Yeah.
Concannon, yep, okay.
They're in Holbrook.
And Holbrook.
Yeah.
Do you want to do one consent vote for all three grouping types?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You could just
Will that make it easier?
Whatever you want to do.
Why don't
I'm
you
easy.
vote on each group? Each group? Yeah,
Okay.
because that's what we used to do. Each group.
All right. So I'm recommending that the board approve 11 clause 22D full exemptions. 1 clause 22H full exemption.
Okay, I'll take a motion.
Make a motion to approve, as so stated by the principal assessor. Second it?
Well, the
What?
full exemption, you don't know what that one is actually going to be because
Right. So you're just granting the application.
No, so our fulls we did after the tax bills went out.
So what?
But then it's beyond the 3 months from the date of the receipt of the application. It's considered deemed denied if we don't act on it. Granted.
Well,
Granted.
I'm just saying when we did our fulls,
Right.
we didn't have them send the application in right away because we knew we couldn't process it until
Right.
after the actual
Yeah.
tax bills
Yeah.
went out. So that's fine, but that's just I was just saying on us because you know what the preliminary is, but you don't know what the actual is.
Yeah.
But no,
Right.
that's
No, I know. We don't
yeah.
know what it
We
is.
had the
So we're just
full. We never took the
voting to
fulls right
grant.
away. We had them send them like they could pick up their full application, but we didn't stamp it in. We told them to have it back.
Yeah, they just come in.
Yeah,
we
so
have no
that's what we
control
have
over
to-
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
so.
when they're there, when they're gonna come in, they're gonna come in, okay?
Yeah,
And
no,
if in fact you don't want them coming in because they may forget, and all of a sudden what happens? I would suggest that when they come in, they come in,
Yeah, we'll vote. It's fine.
right?
It's fine. We'll just vote when they're posted. It's fine. We can do it this way because we
Yeah,
have
just to grant them, and
Yeah,
then
I
the
mean,
money
yeah.
just comes
Yeah,
later,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So-
that's fine.
Okay.
Not even easy peasy. So motion to
Did you
accept.
say easy peasy?
I did.
I thought so.
Easy peasy.
Second it. All in favor?
When you have grandchildren, son, that's 3. You start saying all kinds of little phrases to them.
I hear you. I remember that. Then they say, Grandpa, you said that. Yeah. Now how my grandkids in the
My
20s.
grandson was just calling me because he calls me on their way home from school every day. He's just like, he has to talk to me every day on his way home from school.
Okay.
That's his new thing.
Next.
So I'm recommending that the board vote to grant 46 Veteran Clause 22E exemptions
Make a motion to approve them.
applications.
Application on 46, what?
46 Clause 22E.
Yeah, 22E.
Chrissy, second, all in favor?
Okay, good. Yeah, I start my fuel assistance.
Oh, fine, John.
No, I went training last week, and someone called Mary because they sent out recertifications, only 1,000, and one called her up, so I'm starting Friday. All over. It's gonna be a lot this year. Hey, what's your view about this electric?
I'm
Supply.
not doing it.
Huh?
I'm not doing it.
Well, it doesn't matter for us because we have solar, so it's not going to impact us one way or the other because We're not paying National Grid
Okay.
anymore.
National Grid.
What about you, Lisa?
What is it?
About the
I know they have a meeting Thursday about it.
Yeah, Thursday at 4.
Downstairs.
Yeah, you can
National
ask
Grid is like
questions.
0.15 right now, and that they're offering point. It's like
1.4, but
it's not a lot of.
that number is incorrect by National Grid. It's lower.
No, mine's 15.
I looked at my bill.
Huh?
I looked at my bill, and that's where I got the.
Did you?
Yeah,
How
it
much?
is 0.15.
It's only $3 more a month.
I mean, it's to me, it's not really worth it.
No.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm opting out of it.
You have to opt out though.
I don't think they should have the right to go ahead and go in. It's your account to go in there and tell National Grid to put this supplier.
It's something in the mass law.
I know, but I don't think that's right. That's
I
like
know,
calling
it
up my
is.
credit card or calling up.
I agree with you.
Like-
It's wrong.
That's not right.
Well, you can opt
You want
out.
to say?
I'm going to opt out.
All right, let's get on to next.
Yeah, next.
So last grouping, so I'm recommending that the board grant 53 clause 22 exemptions.
Board approved 53 clause, 22 exemptions. Make a motion? Second it? All in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay.
That's it? That's all she wrote?
That's it.
So our next meeting, folks, when are we looking at? First week in October? Or do you think?
September.
Will we?
I
We're in September today.
mean, at the end of September?
I'm at, yeah, Wendy, when do you think you'll
Um,
have things that we're gonna have to?
I was hoping for October 7th.
Okay.
And if you want to choose the next few months,
October 7th is cool with me.
is it?
Yeah, I'm fine with
How
that.
about you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You want the next month too?
Well, yeah, it gets busy, so that's why.
Yeah, it gets busy, so, and if we have to do like two
Two?
in November, we
might
can.
we might have to do two.
Yeah,
So
we
what-
probably will.
You want November's? You want November?
I just want to get one on the calendar at least.
Let's just get the first one, and if we need the
Yeah,
second one, because
good idea.
we usually do need two.
Yeah.
November and December, because it gets crazy.
November 18th, we will likely need another one, but I was going to recommend
18th?
the
Well,
18th.
what's the first one in November you want to do?
And that's the 18th,
Well,
right?
there's no Tuesdays available, and so there's election November 4th, unless we do a different day of the week.
And isn't there a holiday in
And
November?
Veterans Day,
Veterans Day, the 11th, right?
Tuesday the 11th.
Veterans Day.
Yeah, and the town hall will be closed,
Yeah.
so we can't do the
So we
11th.
can't do those dates, unless you want to do a different day. Or
We could
And with the 18th?
do the 18th, and if there is something that we absolutely have to
that's
vote
what I
on,
thought. Just get
That's
something
good.
in and then.
just get something in. We can
That's a
always
good idea.
vote it when we get into the meeting if it's like we have to sign something. Something
Or
like
if in
that.
fact,
Yeah.
when she needs us in prior to that, we can block in the 18th
Yeah.
and maybe do some other day earlier in November.
If we have to, it might
Yeah, we
have to
have
be a
to.
different day if we
Yeah,
have to.
yeah.
That's all. That's fine.
Okay.
We're
so the
flexible.
18th is okay?
Yeah.
All right.
All right?
And classification might be the 25th.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right.
but
We'll have
we'll
to wait
see.
and see what that is.
Um,
We can have that tentative for the classification hearing because
Yeah.
usually it's at the end of November.
You're right.
okay. And then December, we might need two in December, but I wanted to get at least one in there. December
By December?
16th.
12, 16. Okay. And again, same thing.
December 16th?
Yeah.
We might need two in December because
Yeah.
of warrants, and we probably will.
And what about the time? Do you want to change the time?
Change
Yeah,
before
before
4:45?
We can do 4:45 just because
Okay.
I now work until 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I don't
I'm
get out of
fine
there
with
right
it.
at 4.
Now, if you're late, you gotta bring pizza.
Okay, I'll work on that. Corner Grill, they have great pizza.
Who?
The Corner Grill.
They do. When we went to O'Toole's finally, it was really good.
Yeah?
O'Toole's in Whitman,
Yeah.
but it's the bar style pizza, which
That's it.
Dave doesn't like it.
I don't like his pizza.
No.
I don't like his sauce, and I think
That's
his,
what Dave said. He
His,
liked the sauce.
I don't like his sauce, and his crust is like burnt.
I like lace crust, so I like it. But
I
he
do
didn't.
like bar pizza, but I don't
I
like.
still got the mean that
Right,
10,
Dave
7.
likes Napoli.
10-7, 11-18, and
11:25, maybe.
25.
I have a planning board meeting on 11:25.
Well, that would be the classification
That's a class.
hearing.
Yeah.
But we can vote.
And then 12-16,
12:16.
Yeah.
Yep.
that's 4:45.
Yeah, the 11:25 one is usually just like voting on a recommendation and
That would
going
be
to the
perfect.
hearing.
Excuse me.
Okay.
All right.
That
So
works.
if
That's it?
that's it, I make a intend to
I'll make a motion to close. Second it.
all in favor. Thank you. That's I hate that it's dark at 8 o'clock like that. Thank you.